Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be doing a quick sitting pose, as in where the arms are resting behind the person and it's like the L-shape pose that it's also called. So what we're going to do is just have one straight line, and that is actually the arm. The hand will be somewhere around here. That would be our shoulder, and I would do a little bit of that, an arc, to put these shoulders set together. Just make a smaller delt here, larger here, arc, collar area, and what we have is the head going right here. So an egg shape flatter on this end would actually help because he's looking that way. He could be looking down, could be looking this way, like toward us, but I think for the dramatic bit, let's just make and actually realistic bit, let's have him look this way. So the chest would fall somewhere like around that area. Of course, it all depends on the person's anatomy. Everybody is unique. So I would go with the most generic version here of this pose and put a curve in like that. So there's the lower torso, and from here it's actually a free. It is essentially up to you if you wish to have the legs like go like that, and perhaps like one leg could be straight. Let's try that for now. Now we have to imagine that the other hand is falling somewhere behind there in a perspective sort of way as well, because it's away from the body, and we have that hand going behind there for the rest of his frame. So we are going to draw ourselves this person now. So I brought the hand up actually. So of course we change things as we're going along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll pretty much be it for the hand. And so slightly laid back pose, not necessarily fully alert. After all, the person is in a sort of a state of rest, like sitting down, unless he's pretending, and it's a feint to spring into action or something. But realistically, he is in a state of rest. So there we have. So he doesn't need to frown like I have him. So actually change that frown there to a more serene expression. All the expressions are not part of the exercise here today. We are primarily focusing on the person. So we go gradually down, like small strokes at a time will help, and I think it's going to end up somewhere here. If we didn't put in a circle for as guideline, and it helps because they help like separate the rest of the limb structure around the joints, and it all comes in together. So we have the torso, and now as for the foot, depending on if he's like bare feet, if he's barefoot, or if he's wearing something, it's So perhaps we could touch upon a bit of both, but it would be somewhere along this line if it is. So shown a little from the bottom of the foot there. So again, it all depends on what you're looking to achieve here. Since that arm is quite backward, it could be here. You could place it here as well, in which case of course you would go down and bring the entire structure closer. But in this case, if the arm is here, now since I had already put that in, so showing a bit of that or leaving it out, I would rather leave it out. It's not going to like really have an effect, and so that was just an experiment and it failed, so we need to take that out. So there we have it, a person in that kind of like sitting pose. So what we're going to do is, if there's a light source coming like right down, let's say from that side, so we have ourselves a bit of shading to work with if we want. Otherwise, of course, it's all again dependent on the body type, the purpose, and of what you are trying to really achieve with this pose. Is it like focused on a character? Usually these kind of poses, they are very frequent even in what you say, like modeling and stuff. So yeah, it's a very useful pose, and I think that you could get it right fairly quickly as long as you're googling some images. Google is, again, I'll mention that it's an indispensable tool when it comes to sourcing various ideas. The world has become quite attached and much smaller in a good way, and much informed in a good way if we choose to use it correctly. And this is as correct a use as it can get for you to source some good images of persons like seated in similar positions. And you could also refer to the tonal values being put in to reflect, to accommodate the light and the dark that is absolutely necessary to complete the image. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe and keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.